guys. Ready? Now we dance. Ready? Get up. And we go. I'm just kidding. No, we're not gonna do that. That was really well done. That's much higher than previous ones, which is great. So, all these guys are yelling, me, me. And they're like, I, me. And they're all just like going crazy, like, this is awesome. And Luke goes, dude, I got it. I remember the story from Sunday school. And Lexi goes, oh, I do too. It's the story about the Tower of Babel. So here's how it goes, guys. Way back at the beginning of human history, right? This is when God first put man on the earth, right? It says post-flood. It's right after the flood, right? You guys ever heard of the flood? There was an ark and there were animals in there. Got that? Okay, so there were all these people, right? And they're like, well, because the flood was traumatic. I mean, it was like a really tough experience for some people. So when they got out, they kind of wanted to huddle together. They're like, all right, let's stay close, man. Let's lock arms, man. Let's stay close. And they're like, you know what we should do? Shh. Listen, they're like, you know what we should do? We should build a huge tower just so that it can be all about us. It'll make a name for ourselves. We'll like make a name for ourselves. Everybody say that with you. Make a name for ourselves. So that's what they thought. They're going to make a name for themselves. And so they all got together. They started building this huge tower because they wanted it to be all about me, and I. That's what they wanted it to be about, right? So they're building this tower and they're high-fiving each other. And they're like, this tower is awesome. This tower is awesome. They're loving it, right? Building this tower. And God looked down and he said, no, this is not why I saved that family, Noah's family from the flood. This is not what I had in mind.
What's that?
That is not what I had in mind. They will not go and build a tower in their name. I am God. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change all their languages and they're going to scatter. You guys want to see what that was kind of like?
Yeah.
Watch this. So there's a guy working on the tower. His name was Frank. And he's got a buddy Bob. Him and Bob have been working on the tower for years. It's like, oh, they go to work every morning, they clock in, they grab their hammer and their stuff and their bricks and their donkey and such. And they're walking to their job. And they get there, and Frank's like, hey Bob, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Frank's like, hey, what's up there? Frank, which one did I say? It was so long ago. So Bob and Frank are like, hey, what's up? And so they're working, and Bob's up there, and he's like, hey, Frankie, hand me a hammer. A what? Hand me the hammer. So Frank hands him up the hammer. He's like, thanks. And they're all working, right? And so they keep going. He's like, hey, Frank, Frank goes, what? Did you just say she needed stuffed in the boo? That doesn't make sense. Frank's out there and he's like, and this other guy comes over and he's like, and And about that time, some other guy comes over and he's like, and all of a sudden, if everyone's like, wait a minute, what? They start talking. I'm talking. And Bob's up there like, what's happening? I was just talking to Frank and he went crazy. And then that guy's going crazy. Everyone's going crazy. So everybody starts talking different languages. And guess what happens in the building project? Do you think it kept going?
No.
No. Because Frank didn't know how to talk to Bob anymore. And Bob didn't know how to talk to the other guy. And they couldn't hate each other or anything. And they got frustrated. And they were like, forget this. I'm out of here. So they found different groups of people.
It was already up to the cloud.
And they go up to their, like they would look around and they'd be like, blah, 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 blah. And then they found something that was like, blah, 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 blah. Oh, sweet, he speaks my blah, blah, blah language. And then they went and they stuck together as the blah, 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 blah. And they went that way. And then, and guys, that's how God decided, no, I will not let mankind rise up against me and make themselves more important than me. I will scatter them across the earth. And of course, Luke and Lexi are watching all this like, wow, that's amazing, right? So, they took their glasses off, ready? Everybody get your glasses up, ready? They took their glasses off, they went beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Ready for this one? It goes, whoa, 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 back from the museum, whoa, whoa. They look over, and of course they knew there was a museum because there's old Barf going, it smells like wet dog. Barf, you should have seen this, man. It was like giant tower. You were way off, dude. Way off. Barf, can you even read?
Huh? Yeah, the pictures. Yeah.
No, Barf. You got the whole thing backwards. Right about that time, guess who came down the stairs?
Uncle Godfrey.
It's Uncle Godfrey.
Everybody say Godfrey.
Godfrey. Uncle Godfrey comes down the stairs.
I've got a good for little chops. So that's all the best I got. And he said, and Lexi was like, oh, Uncle Godfrey, you got to hear this. We saw this in Tower of Babel. It was amazing. It was awesome. We got to see the whole thing. Those glasses you gave us are awesome. Thanks so much. And Uncle Godfrey went on to answer questions. But here's one thing that Uncle Godfrey pointed out. You guys ready for this? This is huge. He goes, you guys know what?
We're going to come this Sunday. Coming Sunday, all right?
You were saying at dinner tonight, Luke, about that boy at school, Damien. He goes, yeah, Damien, the kid who they're going to name the field after. They said he's going to make a name for himself on the field. And he goes, oh, that's kind of like, whoa, that's like the Tower of Babel. He makes it on the soccer field, football field. And Uncle Godfrey said, yes, yes, that's right. Because God has told us he does not want us to make ourselves more important than he is. He says, God says in Deuteronomy, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus,
Numbers,
Deuteronomy, that's right. He says in Deuteronomy 5:7, those are the 10 Commandments. Who's heard of the 10 Commandments? Raise your hand.
Me.
That's right. 10 Commandments. One of the 10 Commandments is, thou shalt have no other gods before me. God is very, very sure about this one. He's pretty sure. So sure that he put it in the 10 Commandments, and thou shalt have no other gods before me. No one should be above me. Hey, that's why the people that were building the Tower of Babel just said no. Hey, guys, I need you in the blue shirt to go sit in the back room next to the other guy in the blue shirt. You, right there, back. Thank you. All right. So, we're almost there, guys. Focus, stay with me. We've only got 4 more minutes. Stick with me. So God says you're not going to have a God. You're not going to have anything more important than me, not even yourself. And you guys, you know what? It may not seem like we hold things more important than God, but there's a lot of times that kids and grown-ups value some things even more than God, right? It may not be all the time, but maybe a lot of the time. Video games, sports, right? Different things you guys do. Favorite athletes, right? You guys have like your favorite athlete, guys you really like football, soccer players? Guys, it's easy to spend more time thinking about your sport or your video game or your favorite football player, your favorite hockey player, right? God says no. Here's what I want from you. Luke chapter 10. Jesus was asked by the Pharisees. These guys were mean old crotchety men. Go like this. Everybody do this. They're kind of like that. And they were always trying to trick Jesus. Shh. They're always trying to trick Jesus. And Jesus said, they said, Jesus, what's the most important commandment? And they're like thinking they're all hot stuff. They're like, we got him now. It's like asking you, which one's your favorite parent, your mom or your dad? Like, it's not a really fair question, right? It's a trick question. So they asked Jesus, what's the most important law of the 10 Commandments? What's the most important one? Well, they're all pretty important. Do you agree?
Yeah.
You know what Jesus said? Because he's the Son of God. He said, listen to me. Love the Lord your God with all of your heart, your mind, and your strength. Then he said, listen. Then he said, love your neighbors as yourself. Which means love your neighbors, love your friends. So let me ask you something. Jesus says, love God with everything you've got. Love your neighbors with everything you've got, which is your friends, the people around you. Right? Does that sound different than the guys that were going, me, I, and they're building a big building all to themselves? Does that sound different?
Yeah.
So when you're doing things just for yourself, that's one way to do it. That's not the way Jesus wants us to do it. The way he wants us to do it is to love God with everything we've got. And love those around us with everything we have. Does that make sense?